Today I'm going to talk about a lesson taught by the great Thomas Alva Edison. How much failure can we tolerate? Before jumping into the topic, let me introduce you to Thomas Alva Edison. He is an American inventor and a businessman. He developed the motion picture camera, the phonograph, which later became the gramophone, and then the record player. He also invented the dictaphone and the electric bulb. I'm going to tell a story of a great man who became great through so many failures. I chose to do this because the topic I chose here can only be said through stories of experiences. Failures are experiences, and how we choose to act in failures are also experiences. One day during his childhood, Edison came home with a letter from school. "Mom, my teacher gave me this letter and told me that only you should read it. What does it say?" As she read the letter, tears rolled down her cheeks. She read the letter aloud to him. "Your son is a genius. Our school is too small for him and it doesn't have good enough teachers to train him. Please teach him yourself." She did just that. She homeschooled him. One day, many years later, Edison was going through his mother's belongings. He came across the folded letter that he brought home that day. He opened and read it. "Your son is mentally deficient. We cannot allow him to attend our school anymore. He is expelled from the school." Edison became emotional while reading the letter. He wrote the following in his diary. Thomas Alva Edison was a mentally deficient child whose mother turned him into the genius of the century. We can't all be fortunate enough to have a parent like Thomas Edison's. Someone to shield us from negativity and failure, someone to take responsibility and control of our future, to pour love, encouragement, and support into us, to not let school get in the way of our education. We can choose to remove negative people from our lives, those who are toxic and drag us down. We can replace them with supportive and positive people, people who will not let us fail, who will correct us when we go wrong. These are the kind of people that we need to surround ourselves with. We all know that Edison invented the electric bulb. Regarding the invention, he has several quotes. "I have not failed. I just found 10,000 ways that did not work. I did not fail 1,000 times. The electric bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps." How positive. The electric bulb, the one as we use today, was invented after years of failures and retries. Let me tell you one more story of Edison. On the evening of 9th December 1914, there was a massive explosion in West Orange, New Jersey. Edison's plant went up in flames. Edison lost around $2 million as well as his most life's work. When reporters asked him about the fire, he replied, "Although I'm over 67 years old, I will start over again tomorrow. There is a great value in disaster. All our mistakes are burned up. Thank God we can start anew." The very next morning, Edison started rebuilding without firing a single employee. How many times would you be willing to try and fail? 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times? How many times would you get back up after being knocked down? How many times would you retake your driving test after failing again? How many times would you apply for a new job after receiving yet another rejection? What lessons do we learn from Edison's life? Each of us is unique. Each of us can tolerate so much failure. Thomas Alva Edison shows us a master class in tolerating failures in life. But there are things you can do to help you tolerate failures in life. Surround yourself with people who will not let you fail. People who will support you, coach you, mentor you, and cheer you on. People who will hold your hands through difficult times. How much failure we can tolerate may be based on our expectations. If we expect to do everything on the first try, then we are going to get frustrated very easily when we fail. If we accept that we will have to fail 10,000 times before we succeed, then we are going to learn to tolerate much more failures in life. Change your levels of expectations. When failure happens, when disaster hits, it might not be the end of the world. With the right perspective, there are opportunities to be had. It could be starting from the scratch and wiping the slate clean, or it could be looking for a rainbow in a sky full of dark clouds. Thank you.